Bars, a relationship coach, and you're watching One Reason Why. Let's talk about one reason why you can emotionally experience the intense feelings of your partner, especially if the relationship has ended and you're still longing and grieving and even wanting to return in relationship with that partner. You might find that you are internally experiencing intense emotions that are imagined to be what the other partner is feeling. Why is this happening? What is going on? One reason is that you do not have internal boundaries. And another way to say that is that you have lost an internal ego structure. You do not have enough ego strength to maintain autonomy and to maintain a sense of self, where you are very much an individual and that you are autonomous. And that one way that you allow yourself to stay connected to the partner is to lose this internal ego structure and to emotionally stay connected to a partner even though the partner is not there. Now, some people even report when the relationship has ended, they will report that things that they never did with the partner or events or places that they went or activities that they engaged in, they never even did certain things, but now they are introduced to something new and their brain immediately links it to the partner as if at some point they could imagine doing it with their partner. The brain is very much creating these fantasy scenarios. One reason why this is happening is because your history of being in relationship is about staying enmeshed. Enmeshed means that you do not have ego boundaries, that you do not have an internal sense of self, and that your self merges with another person. So the idea of ending a relationship can be highly frightening and highly painful because if you don't know how to maintain an internal sense of self, and the preferred way of being is to stay merged and melted, imploded into the ex-partner, the idea of releasing yourself from that can feel like annihilation. It can feel like death. It could feel like you are a nobody. How can you exist outside of this other person? So one way we comfort ourselves, or by right of we don't have an alternative to actually assert a stronger sense of self internally, if we stay connected emotionally to this person, our brain and our minds just continually weave a story and convince us that we actually are feeling what the other person is feeling. And some of us might consider this to be an empath. Some of us might consider this to mean that you're psychic. It also means that you struggle to maintain an internal boundary around your sense of self, and you have enmeshed or merged with a partner even if the relationship has ended. And it is a great struggle to come back into just focusing on yourself, just taking care of yourself, and having your own emotional experience that is not channeled through imagining what the partner is or isn't having. So I hope that this was helpful. This explanation can be somewhat grounding because a number of people use this experience to affirm a kind of spiritual divine truth of why they're connected to this person. Some people use this experience to support and endorse a feeling of being psychic, and it's due to this highly, almost mystical quality of being an empath, or the mystical aspects of empathy that do more harm than good, because it confuses us into believing that there's this great profound purpose in staying connected with the person that is not there, with the person that we have already ended with. And this confuses us into thinking that because we've had this profound emotional experience and maybe even feeling what the other person is feeling, or we imagine what the other person is feeling, that somehow is proof and evidence that we now have this divine spiritual affirmation that we're supposed to get back together. Oftentimes what this actually does is just torture us longer, and it confuses us even more to find clear boundaries, to be rational and logical and say, this has ended, the relationship has ended, the feelings that I'm feeling are really being projected and imagined about what the other person is or isn't doing, and I'm doing this in order to stay emotionally connected, and I'm failing to take care of myself. I'm failing to have internal boundaries. I'm failing to support having a stronger ego structure and having stronger ego strength to differentiate from what's going on with this other person, and to affirm the relationship is over, the relationship has ended, or if perhaps you are still in a relationship, to affirm that the other person in fact needs their own separate life and you need your own separate life. So this is one reason why we continually find ourselves emotionally overinvested and unable to assert and define our own sense of self. I hope this was helpful. If you like this video, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. You can also learn more about me by going to alanrobarish.com. Thank you.